Yes, I will confidently claim that music is making you stupid, and some of you might be really offended by this because music is part of your identity. But before you go into the comments to tell me how wrong I am or how stupid this whole claim is, hear me out, see what I have to say, and then after you finish the video, you can make your own opinion, go to the comments, and then tell me how stupid I am, okay? So basically, we have to break this down, and I'm gonna draw it for you. To explain to you the problem with music, let's first divide it into the two categories, right? So first of all, we have music with lyrics, right? With music with lyrics. And then number two, obviously, we have music without lyrics. So the problem with music with lyrics, it's kind of twofold. So first of all, is the hypnotic effect it has on you and how that affects your subconscious. So the way your subconscious works is very simple, right? Your subconscious is like an infinite library of everything that you're capable of perceiving. That might be with things that you hear on the TV, on the internet, from someone else, some conversation that you have, things that you see, things that you feel, situations you find yourself in, like all the things that you perceive, even things within yourself, like what do you feed yourself, the things that you're thinking, your own thoughts. And what the subconscious does is it stores all that information and all that data, like in a way forever. And then your brain uses all of that data to then make decisions to shape your perception of reality, what is real, what is not, what is good, what is bad, how is it that you should live your life, what is normal, what is not normal, your goals, who you should date, like everything, all of your perceptions about yourself, other people, society, and reality itself, it is all molded by what you have within your subconscious. In the same way that if you feed your body trash food, you're gonna end up with a trash body. If you hang out with bad people, you're gonna end up being bad yourself. It's kind of the same thing with your mind, right? If you're feeding your brain bad stuff, guess what's gonna end up happening to your brain? It's not gonna function correctly. It's not gonna function in your best interest. Now, how does this connect with music? So it's very simple, and let me just give you a very extreme example, which I know is very extreme, but think about modern rap music, okay? A lot of modern rap, and when you say modern, I guess you know what I mean, you know, these kind of mumble, but not just mumble, you know, like there's a lot of rap music nowadays which is extremely violent and extremely sexual, okay, really, really, really sexual. Now, the thing is that the more you repeat that, the more you listen to those songs in different situations, right? When you wake up, when you're eating, when you're driving, when you're at the gym, like you're constantly feeding your brain and your mind and your subconscious these words and these perspectives on life, these inputs, like do this, do that, you know, and flexing. And I don't want to say what these songs say, but you know exactly what I'm talking about. Your brain starts to think that this is normal, that this is life, this is how we live life, this is what I should be aiming for, and etc., how I should behave, how other people behave, this is the reality that I'm living in. And the thing is that the way the mind works is once you repeat something 6 times, the average person is very difficult for them to not believe like this is true. Once you repeat something 6 times, the average person is already very likely to believe that that thing being said is true. That's basically the big pillar of advertising. There's many things behind marketing, but the big thing behind it, the classic one, is repetition, right? That's basically how Coca-Cola works. It's just like, it's a nice drink, it tastes amazing, it tastes amazing, it tastes amazing. Eventually, people believe that Coca-Cola tastes amazing, right? So it works the same way with music. You have these lyrics, there's a message, words have a lot of power. You have these words repeating in your head over and over and over again. And that's gonna mold your perception of reality. And if you're not careful what those words are, and you're very mindful and intentional about the music you're listening, and you're just listening to something because it's popular or that's what's trending or whatever, what is it that you're actually listening? Like that's actually gonna shift and mold your brain, your personality, what is it that you want, how you want to live, and all of those things. So it's really important that all these bad songs, you cut them out. Now, yes, obviously rap is a very extreme example, that the kind of rap, not all rap, but you know what kind of rap I'm talking about, this kind of hip-hop, modern, toxic music. If we say that this one is like a 10 on a scale from 0 to 10, like this might be the worst one, the one that I'm talking about that's very violent and sexual, yes, there's other music that's not as bad. Maybe it's a 7, maybe it's a 6, maybe it's even a 5. Why would you want a 5 level in toxicity, right? Wouldn't you want to aim for like 0 or 1 or 2 tops? Why wouldn't you want to get rid of everything that's negatively impacting you? And here's the thing, some other things that might not be as bad as violence or sex, I'm gonna be honest, all this sad pity music, right? Why do you want to drag yourself deeper into a hole of sadness and emotional remorse and regret and all of those things, when instead you could be feeding your subconscious something that's more positive, right? So this is the main thesis with the problem of music with lyrics, right? Now let's cover the problem with music without lyrics. And here's the thing, all the things that I'm gonna mention about music without lyrics also apply to music with lyrics, but the things that we've talked about, how it affects the hypnotic effect that music with lyrics has and how it affects your subconscious, that's exclusive to music with lyrics for the most part. The first thing that the music without lyrics, I would say, has is what I would call, I don't know if this word exists, right, but dopaminic dependency, right? So there's people that cannot sit by themselves in a room in silence and do nothing. They get anxious. And what most people do is listen to music, because music is actually the most popular thing in the world. There's this funny clip from Ali G, I think he's called, and he was interviewing Donald Trump, and he asked him like, oh, what's the most popular thing in the world? And then Donald Trump thinks about it, it's like music, which is like a masterful answer. I really agree. I think music is probably the most popular thing in the world. And that's the go-to thing for most people, right? They wake up, they're listening to music. They are driving, listening to music. They're at the gym, listening to music. Like they're constantly listening to music. So you're getting your brain like dependent on it, right? Because you're reinforcing all these dopaministic neural pathways. And then in a way, you're literally getting addicted to music. And what this causes is what I call, which is the second part of it, it's like an emotional dependency too. So the emotional dependency, what I mean by that is that a lot of people claim that they listen to music because then they can feel a certain way, right? When I listen to music, I am more focused. I am happier. I am this, which, you know, there's some good things about that. But the reality is that you can get to those states without music. And if you only learn how to do that with music, you're being dependent on it. So your dopamine is dependent on it because now you cannot do anything without music. You cannot sit by yourself and work in silence. You cannot work out in silence. You cannot shop in silence. Like, you're dependent on this thing. And same thing with your emotions. Your emotions are dependent on it because you're not truly mastering how to manage your emotions by yourself. Did you know that you can actually wake up, you feel a little bit sad or off or whatever, you're not at your best, and just by pure sheer thought, you can just think to yourself a little bit and within 5-10 seconds feel amazing and have a better outlook in life and everything in your upcoming day without music. You can truly do that. But the thing is that people don't ever discover that because they're always dependent on music. There's one last thing that I want to mention, which is very, very, very important. This is the most important thing, what I'm going to say now in the whole video, from my point of view, which is something that they all have in common, right? Maybe you're one of these persons, or maybe you've heard people say, which is like, man, when I'm at the shower, I get my best ideas. When I'm at the shower, like just my thoughts, you know, my shower thoughts, all of that stuff, they're amazing. I'm thinking about my day. I come up with creative solutions to problems that I'm having. I'm just reflecting and it's like, it's amazing, you know, how my brain functions in the shower. Did you know that how your brain functions in the shower is actually your normal functioning brain? Like that's how your brain is supposed to function literally 24/7. But the thing is that the reason why you have this shower effect is because when you're at the shower, you're only focused on one thing. And you're not distracted and your mind is not polluted by all these external things. You're just showering there. And you're very present, right? You're very present in the shower because you have all these, like, you're just there, there's nothing to distract you, there's the water falling, you're cleaning yourself, that's it. You're doing one thing and you're very present doing it. So your mind is now able to grasp, you know, because you're cutting out all these inputs that you're having. You only have a limited bandwidth within your brain. And if you put in a lot of stuff, you put in music, then you're taking up this space. You put in your phone, right? You're checking social media. You're killing this space. And you're killing it with inputs and inputs and inputs. When you're in the shower, you have the whole bandwidth free for you. Yeah, I mean, you're in the shower, so you have like a little bit of it like taken. But that's the thing. And the problem is that when you get out of the shower, now you have music, now you have social media, you have the phone, you have the news, you have movies, and you have all these distractions. I don't know, whatever your distractions are, which is the big thing. If you stop listening to music and you do this, do not just immediately replace it by podcasts, right? Because I have another video on my channel which I talk about why I think you should not be listening to podcasts, which is more related to this whole shower argument that I'm giving you right now. It's not so much, I mean, it's also the hypnotic subconscious effect. That's also, it plays a big role in it, but it's mostly about not being able to have productive inner monologues within yourself that are actually helping you figure out how to conduct your life, how to solve the problems that you're currently having, and just feeling good. Like, if you could know and understand how amazing you can feel in silence, why do you think most people meditate in silence? Why do you think all these monks, for the most part, meditate in silence? Because you can get to levels that you cannot get in any other way, right? So what is it that I invite you to do? I invite you to do a 20-day challenge. Why 20 days? Because this is what a friend of mine did, and it worked amazingly well for him, right? On my website, I talk about this whole music thing, and he went through my website. He read about my takes on music, because I rarely listen to music nowadays. If I listen to music, it's music without lyrics, and mostly lately I'm only listening to music because of these videos, because I put music as a background because most people need it, right? They're dependent on it. It's the most popular thing on the world, and it seems like it helps for people to just listen to the video. It helps with retention. But basically, I told my friend about the whole music thing, and he was like, man, I'm gonna try it, because I'm the kind of person that's always 24/7 listening to music. And at the beginning, the first few days, right, if this is his baseline, like, it was really hard to focus, and he could really feel it, this impulse within him, like, man, let me go listen to music. I'm working, let me put music. I'm cooking, let me put music constantly. But then what he realized is that after 10 days, 15 days, it slowly went away. He recovered his baseline. And now he got to the point that he's like, man, I did not know I could get to these levels. Like, I was not aware of what music was making, how it was changing me, how it was affecting me. It's crazy. I know this sounds crazy if you're obsessed with music, but try it for yourself. Try 20 days. What's 20 days? 20 days is absolutely nothing. Okay, just do the challenge, see what happens, and see if you notice the effect. And he got to the point now that he's like, man, now I'm slightly annoyed by music. When I'm driving with someone and they put on music, I'm like, man, it was so nice, so peaceful. I was able to just enjoy the moment, that's the thing. Like, why are you not able to just drive for 20 minutes, 30 minutes and just enjoy the present moment? Like, what is it that you're trying to run away from? Your thoughts. That's basically it. So anyway, that takes me into a whole different topic that's way deeper, that maybe I'm gonna cover in some other video, but I guess you can see where I'm going with this whole thing. But yeah, that's about it. So try it 20 days, and that's about it. Those are mainly my main arguments. So yeah, let me know what you think. Take care and subscribe to this channel, and hopefully I will see you on the next video. Okay, peace.